Mojo here in Mr. and Mrs. X. We got issues 9 and issue 10. Because I didn't get around to read them for a while because I've been too dang busy. Plus, there was this gigantic pile of shame. But now that I've read them, I'm pretty happy I did. Oh boy. It's all about the mojo. This is the conclusion to like the second story arc of Mr. and Mrs. X. The first story arc was them going on a honeymoon, and everything just kind of going bad, as it does. Run into Deadpool, you get like Empress Lalandra's daughter. Like, it was weird, all right. And then Mojo kidnapped them, and now they're in the Mojo verse, and Spiral is manipulating them to do stuff while Mojo is trying to make a television show because he's into romantic comedies. Woo! Yeah, that's where we're at. It's been a while. There's some good stuff in here. There's some investigation of Rogue's character. Ultimately, it feels kind of flat and meaningless. But there's a lot of great shots happening in this. Spiral fighting all the Mojo soldiers. Rogue going through her memories. Basically, we're getting like the greatest hits of the character. And she's trying to cope with her trauma. Meanwhile, Remy has rescued this treasure that Spiral sent him after, and he sees a baby. It's a baby. And he runs into these dudes, and they want a revolution. Here's Rogue having some more greatest hits. And she comes to terms basically with herself and learns how to control her powers. We get a great fight scene right before Gambit unleashes Rogue. And you know what? Let's just skip to issue 10. Like, if I'd tried reviewing these separately, it feels really weird now having read both of them back to back. Because these two issues really feel like they should be a single issue. Cool, refreshing beverage. You gotta have a beverage, So, everybody versus Mojo. So you got Rogue, Gambit, and Spiral. You got Mojo versus soldiers. And it's a great fight. All those dudes that Gambit met in the last one, they wanted a Viva la Revolution! They get it. And the banter back and forth is pretty fun. Better? The best? Ugh, get a room. If only that was an option. G-Ross! Yeah, I gotta say, the banter back and forth between Rogue and Gambit and with Spiral's interjections, it's fun. It's fun. It bounces. It feels kind of natural. It's almost like the person writing this has been in a relationship before. Weird. Stop calling it a baby. It's not a baby. Thinks it's a baby. Keeps it in the ceiling tiles. Anyway, there's lots of action in this. Issue 9 was like a dramatic introspection of Rogue, her history, her character. It's actually a pretty good introduction to the character for people who didn't grow up with her. Issue 10 is action, where she turns the strength she found from her internal struggle, from her internal investigation, into power that she directs right at Mojo. And then, of course, there's a gigantic explosion, and the details are left as an exercise to the reader. Mr. and Mrs. X is a ton of fun. It's probably the best new book Marvel is putting out. That's my opinion. I flip through Marvel books when I'm in the store sometimes, and very rarely am I impressed by the contents of those books. Now, kind of the downside to reading this is what's happening with the X-Men line, because it's getting rebooted or something. That's coming up. That's a thing. It's happening in just a few months. 9 months after they did their last reboot. Like, I don't understand. You can't just slap, like, all new, all different X-Men in front of it. You have to actually kill the whole line and do a reboot of everything. I don't understand it. And it makes me wonder, like, what the continuity of this stuff is. Heck, these two have missed all the Age of X-Men, or of X-Men stuff. Like, I don't understand where these stories fit into continuity. And frankly, I don't care, because these stories are enough fun that it does not matter to me one little bit. That's all I got to say about this. I like it. I like it a lot. I wish it was $2.99 and not $3.99, or I wish these two issues had been compressed into a single issue. I think it still would have read just fine if this had been issue 9 instead of 9 and 10. There was no reason to stretch it out over 2 issues when a whole lot of it is just Rogue introspecting with herself. Like, you really don't need page after page of Rogue reliving her history and then being tormented by it. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe if it was compressed, it wouldn't have been as impactful. I'm not sure. What I am sure of is you all should have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye.